Okay, so the reading you're doing this semester is pretty sophisticated. It's college level reading, but you're college students. If you have any trouble with it, be sure to get in touch with me, and I should talk about that now in this podcast. My office hours are 3 to 6 on Monday. They're after class on Monday. Um, I'm in the McKinney Humanities Building on the fourth floor. Uh, what is it, 40430? It's funny, I can't remember. It's one of these crazy office numbers. Anyway, it's on the syllabus, and that's embarrassing. But I got it right. It's 40430. And but if you want to get a hold of me, I did put my office phone down, but the best way to get a hold of me, as some students have already found out, is by email. I work really hard to get back in touch with you as quickly as I can. If you've got any problems at all, well, not any problems at all, but if you have problems with the course, or if you'd like to talk to me, really, truly about anything, um, email me, set up an appointment. We'll figure out a time to talk, okay? It's really important to me. This class isn't very big compared to my other Texas history classes, and it's kind of funny, the smaller the class, the more people you get to know. You'd think it'd be the opposite. But the bigger the class, the fewer people you get to know. Let me just repeat, and this will be a question on the quiz on Monday. The best way to get a hold of me is by emailing me at patrick.kelly@utsa.edu. And I'll respond pretty quickly. I check my email a lot. Okay, so that's kind of the best way to contact me. Now, let's see. So I did the required readings. I do want to point out that I will post some readings on Blackboard, or I'll give you URL links to the readings. So the books aren't the only thing that you'll be reading this semester. You'll be reading other material as well. But I do it that way just because there's so much primary evidence now on the internet. It saves you some money. I can kind of pick and choose. And every once in a while, I might have you watch a documentary just for a change of pace as well. So you're responsible for that material. You'll be tested on it. But I'll make it clear as the semester goes on. So 3 books that you'll need to buy. I will put them on reserve next week. Also material I post on the internet or on Blackboard Learn. Okay, so let's see what else here. Testing, quizzes and midterms. This class will be designed where you have a quiz pretty much every Monday. And the reason I do that is because I don't think most people, I wouldn't, will listen to the podcast if they're not tested on it. I just think that that's human nature. You know what? You're going to get to hear me tell my daughter to be quiet. She's not in school yet, so it's just one of those days where I'm recording and she's home. I'll try not to sound like a horrible father. Hey, Sarah, babe? Sarah, quiet. Yeah. Okay, I don't think that sounded too bad. Okay, so the quizzes and midterms. There'll be a quiz most Mondays. Again, I do that just to make sure that you're doing the reading and you're listening to the podcast. I just think it's good teaching. I believe in a lot of tests or quizzes just to keep everybody honest. We only have 2 midterms in this class. In the middle of the semester and the last Monday of the semester. The midterms will be probably 40 questions each, and it'll be very similar in format to the quizzes. They'll just be longer than the quizzes. Let me go back to the quizzes for a second. You can drop 1 quiz grade. Everybody has a bad day. You might not make it that Monday. I understand a lot of you all have pretty complicated lives. At UTSA, a lot of our students work, a lot have family. I'm not sure if that's true of kind of an intro class like this, but I know it's true of a lot of our students. So I do drop the lowest quiz grade, okay? Um, of course, the midterms, I can't drop those. So there's a bunch of quizzes, I think like 10 or something like that, and then there's 2 midterms. That's what your grade is going to be based on. Now, the other thing that I do in this class is extra credit. And the extra credit, what I ask folks to do, things like go to 2 missions, go to a historical site, something like that. And if someone comes up with something kind of cool, I'll go along with it, or I might veto it. But you will have extra credit, and the extra credit, which I'll talk about in more detail as the semester goes on, that will add 2 points to your final average. Okay, and that 2 points can make a big difference. So let's say you have a overall grade of 89. Well, if you do the extra credit, that puts it up into the A range. So extra credit can come in very, very handy. So just to repeat, as far as grading goes, there will be quizzes on most Mondays. You can drop your lowest quiz. And there's 2 midterms, one I think in the second week in October and one on the last Monday of class. And the reason I do it the last Monday of class, there's always this gap of a couple of weeks between the last class and the final exam period. And I've just decided it makes more sense to give you the midterm on that last class, get it over with. I promise you, you'll have plenty of time to study for the second midterm. I don't believe, as I said earlier, in jamming information down students' throats. I really try to pace the course in such a way that the learning is both easy and hopefully enjoyable.